Good morning, students and faculty. Welcome back to another great fall semester here at Silver Oaks Academy Preparatory, the number 3 top performing 6 through 12 private preparatory academy in the Midwest. I'm Cameron Torres-Brown, your faithful radio host of Silver Oak Campus Radio. I'm here with my co-host, Summer Simmons II.
Good morning, Silver Oaks, and happy Tuesday. And good morning, Sleepy Waters. That's right, folks. Thanks to a generous donation of both some equipment and a sizable amount of blood, sweat, and tears, we here at SOCR are now able to broadcast all across our lovely little township.
About 70% of students here at Silver Oaks are boarders living here in our wonderful dorms, but as upperclassmen.
I'm a senior. I've been here since 8th grade.
And I'm in 11th grade. I've been here for the long haul since 6th year. So Summer and I are qualified to inform all of you first years and freshmen that given faculty permission, we are free and safe to explore the charming hamlet of Sleeping Waters. Later in our broadcast, we'll have a segment on the wholesome, student-friendly activities going on this week in town.
Right now, we have a formal welcome from Principal Middleham. He wants everyone to know how excited he is to be beginning another school year here at Silver Oaks, and he hopes that everyone, students and faculty alike, will come to share in his enthusiasm for the educational process and the joy of preparing children for their eventual ejection from the calm, safe environment of Silver Oak Academy Preparatory into a cold, unforgiving world.
Good old egg salad. He always knows how to get the school year started off right.
We're still calling him that?
It's a good nickname.
Okay, what's going on in sports news?
Well, nothing much this week, Summer, as all sports team practices have been suspended for this opening week of classes to make room for students to become more acquainted with their academic schedules. Protests have already begun near the gym, and regular practice schedules will likely be forced back into place by end of day, provided the protesters can keep the hostage situation under control. And now to Summer with the weather.
It's not that funny, Cam.
It's kind of funny. We should call you Sunny Summer Simmons. Every weather person needs a meteorological moniker.
No.
It's abhorrent that you don't appreciate alliteration, Summers Simmons II.
Today's forecast calls for cloudy skies with mild winds. 30% chance of rain later in the afternoon, just in time for everyone to be out of class.
You're being cynical.
Later this evening, expect scattered showers and a 10% chance of the science building being swallowed by a small tear in the fabric of the universe.
Is that really weather-related?
Apparently, this tear is going to be in the sky. I just read what the Future Meteorologist Clubs gives us, okay? They got a sophomore that can see into the future.
That's right. Here at Silver Oaks Preparatory Radio, we wholeheartedly encourage and endorse inter-club cooperation, working together to improve the lives of our fellow students and prepare for the upcoming end of times. In that note, how about a little more inter-club co-op? Our liaison from the music club, Delanie Jones, is on speaker.
Hold on, they're not picking up the Skype call.
Doo-doo-doo. It's the first day. Let's a promising trend.
Crap's sake, just text him.
And while I'm doing that, why don't you run an ad and try to remember that you can't say crap on the radio. You can only say that on television.
Today's show is brought to you by the Cocoa Pot. Bring your student ID starting tomorrow, and you'll receive one of their famous hot chocolates in any size for free. The Cocoa Pot. What more could a sleepy, cozy town need than a nice cup of hot cocoa? Do we have Delanie?
We do indeed. Welcome to the show, DJ.
Good morning, Silver Oak. How my scrubbers doing?
Time to formally introduce our music club liaison and eye on the streets of Sleepy Waters entertainment scene, Delanie Jones.
DJ for short. They/them pronouns, please.
Welcome back to the show, Deej.
Thanks, Cam. Sorry about the late start. I was still repairing my auditory sensors. Gave them a good workout last night at the official end-of-summer Silver Oak Bash over at the Sleeping Waters Cottage Club downtown. If you couldn't make it, all of the performances were filmed and are currently up on the Music Club's YouTube channel, SOAP Tunes. That's SOAP-TUNES.
What were the acts, Delanie?
Yeah, DJ. To what 6 tunes were you jamming?
No.
I believe you may be jealous of my wit, Summer.
What were the bands, Delanie?
It's funny you should ask that, guys, because one of the headliners, the Wasteland Mormons, are offering a free concert at Spill the Beans Coffee House. And Fenrir's Priests are in the running to perform at Homecoming this year.
Oh, man! Did you guys at the music club work that out, or did they offer?
Their drummer is an alum. Once a soap scrubber, always a soap scrubber. Right, guys?
This is crazy. Fenrir's Priests are amazing live. Hey, are you a fan, Summer?
Never heard of them.
They're punk metal with a grunge twist.
And a nice lemon meringue topping.
Are they PG? Remember, Vice Principal Baines rules.
You let me worry about that part.
Oh, you should ask Egg Salad to talk to her for you, Deej. He'll smooth everything over with the Veep.
Stop calling him that.
It's a good nickname.
Vice Principal Bain is in charge of what bands and entertainment can be invited onto campus. Guys, you need to get her permission.
Let me worry about that part, Summer. Everything's gonna be fine. Homecoming's gonna be lit. Don't you have a news show to host?
I trust you, D to the J.
I will not suffer the slings and arrows of detention because you two did a mischief.
You won't. I want to mention that free Wasteland Mormons concert again. More information can be found at their website, wasteland_mormons.info, or at spillthebeans.net. That's spill the beans, one word, all those words spelt the way they normally are. If you're into pop-punk revival and ballads that will literally make your face explode, they're the listening experience for you.
That's all the time we have for entertainment segment. Thanks for lending us your time, Deej.
Always fun to pop in on the SOCR crew. Later, everybody.
An update has just come in on the situation regarding sports team practices. It appears that the standoff between protesting soap scrubber athletes and the members of both faculty and safety patrol has ended mostly peacefully. According to our source on the ground at the gym, safety patrol officer Yumi Takahashi has served as a neutral negotiator during the conflict during Terrence Della Robbia, captain of the lacrosse team, and Coach Hosley, who supported the postponing of the practices because, and I quote, "Come on, kids. Teachers need a break too sometimes. Didn't you all just get back from training camp? What the hell?" To which Captain Della Robbia replied loudly through his oversized bullhorn, "It's really sad that you care so little about your co-worker." Della Robbia was referring to the AP biology teacher, Ulrich Tulane. Officer Takahashi then shrugged and told Coach Hosley that Captain Della Robbia, quote, "has a point." To which the coach replied that he's got nothing and let out a long, exasperated groan. Thank you.
No problem.
A few of our listeners has expressed concern over the student athletes having a hostage. We can now confirm for all of you that the hostage is in fact Mr. Tulane, who teaches sophomore biology 102 and is one of Silver Oak's 3 AP bio classes. He's a small rabbit.
Specifically a brown-spotted English lop. Earlier this afternoon, Della Robbia and his band of rebelliously dedicated student athletes took possession of the medium-sized dustbin that Mr. Tulane uses as his office, placed the teach inside of it in order to keep him as comfortable as possible, while he was being held hostage as part of the athlete's cunning plan.
Mr. Tulane was seen at the protest site enjoying a bowl of raspberries inside of his dustbin. It is unknown what the protesters were willing to do or planning to do with Mr. Tulane, but thankfully we won't have to speculate over such eventualities. That is a job for our alternate universe selves. Here in this reality, we can all rest assured that Mr. Tulane has been returned to his office and that the protesting athletes have been let into the gym and other recreational facilities to begin preparing for afternoon practices.
Do we have a statement from Mr. Tulane? I understand if our source got distracted by his cute little bunny nose.
Cameron, please try to remember that Mr. Tulane is a respected member of the educational community and is a valued Silver Oak faculty member.
He's also so adorable.
We do indeed have a statement from Mr. Tulane.
No doubt, because our source is dauntless in her pursuit of journalistic truth.
The statement is as follows. I don't see why they can't play their sports things if their homework is done. Everyone is just being silly. And then he continued to eat the raspberries. All student athletes who have completed today's classes and any homework given to them by teachers who handed them homework on the literal actual second day of classes may now suit up and make their way to Tuesday practices.
With that situation thankfully resolved, we now have time for this week's calendar event. Since our school has just begun, this week and next will be filled with customary rituals, celebrations revolving around new beginnings, the fall season, and as always, our prophesized doom at the hands of... what is it this year?
A great and terrible thing, the hands of other lands, both familiar and incomprehensible, will reach into our hearts and our very souls and pluck from us which we hold dear.
This prophecy brought to us by those fine folks in the Meteorology Club.
At least this one's interesting. Not like last year when all they could give us was incoherent wailing sounds and a bottle breaking.
I wonder if that means it's getting closer.
Could be.
Something to think about. Moving on, all this week, the Young Witches of America Club will be working to christen the school grounds and place protective wards along the edges of the grounds. The Culinary Club is getting a head start on delicious fall confections by hosting a bake sale on Thursday to help fund their annual Harvest Food Bash at the end of October. They will be selling hot and cold apple cider, as well as homemade old-fashioned, apple cider flavored, and pumpkin spiced donuts. I will be there in the center quad donating my entire life savings.
Cameron, no.
It's for a good cause.
You can have 3 donuts and a cider.
The Culinary Club deserves our support, Summers.
2 ciders.
Okay.
Friday marks the beginning of the coming of the blood moon, a nearly 2-month-long vampiric festival leading up to the rising of the harvest moon in October. Silver Oak staff and students are invited to take part in customary celebrations of the coming, such as dressing in traditional vampiric garb, carving red pumpkins, and my personal favorite, draining the blood from specially bred piñatas and effigies.
It's so great they made a whole festival to celebrate your birthday, Summer.
Don't make jokes like that, Cam. Someone will believe you. Yes, listeners, I was born under the harvest moon at the end of the coming. It's a 400-year-old festival.
Means whoever founded it had good foresight.
The coming of the blood moon was founded by a group of vampires who survived an almost 2-decade-long hunt and purge of vampiric people that almost extincted our people.
Extincted is a word?
The past tense of to become extinct, yes.
Why did they found the festival?
Because they had defeated the people who were trying to extinct them, and it was almost harvest time, so they decided to celebrate.
Extinct is a verb?
Yes. Lots of other traditions have been folded into the festival over the centuries. There was going to be a dance in the gym on the blood moon day.
Does your birthday mean your family is super lucky or something?
It means I'm supposed to be destined for great things.
Oh, like hosting a beloved school radio show.
Yeah, sure. What's on the calendar for next week?
More fun start of the year activities such as breaking news, our first of the school year. This just in from the official Safety Patrol Twitter, curated by beloved Safety Commissioner Thirdmore. They would like us to... What? No.
What is it? What? No, we're not reporting this. Commissioner Thirdmore, it's against school bylaws for the Safety Patrol to encourage students not to protest the actions of faculty. It's the right of all students to not have to put up with the nonsense of authority figures. Moving on.
The start of the school barbecue will be taking place on Wednesday of next week, hosted by our beloved principal, Egg Salad.
Please stop.
All food provided by cafeteria staff free of charge. Vegetarian, vegan, and vampiric options available as with all school functions. Oh, new this year, those students and faculty who are beings of pure energy and sustain themselves by feeding off the life energy of other beings will be catered to during the start of the year barbecue, as well as every day in the cafeteria and canteen.
That's great.
We're all about accessibility and inclusivity here at Silver Oaks.
That's why starting this year, faculty will be required to provide closed captioning audio transcriptions of all lectures, assignments, tests, and classwork. The equipment to make these things possible was installed in every classroom over summer break, and all teachers have been trained in the use of this equipment. It's rumored that some members of the faculty will be refusing to take advantage of this new technology in an effort as not to coddle their students and prepare them for the real world. Please note my use of air quotes.
Because as we all know, the world we're living in now is fake. It's a computer simulation or a fever dream, and being able to understand class material and pass the class counts as being coddled.
Please report all violators to Vice Principal Bain.
If you're intimidated by VP Bain, please know that she's a really nice lady when she isn't shredding phone books with her teeth and swallowing entire salmon whole. She only does those things out of efficiency anyway. The Veep is really cool.
If you need to report a violation and cannot bring yourself to interrupt the vice principal during one of her bouts of galloping on all fours around the perimeter of the campus and occasionally stopping to sniff the air for the telltale sign of bad aftershell and overcompensation that tells her if the superintendent is lurking nearby, then you can always tell her secretary, Miss Bellepoix, and she will pass on the message.
Should we maybe mention that VP Bain is a werewolf?
There are people who don't know that.
I mean, statistically, there has to be, right?
Well, now they know.
Anyway, please report all violators of the new accessibility policy to VP Bain or Mrs. Bellepoix.
All violators will be flogged.
Oh, dear.
That's a fairly standard punishment for this kind of thing, Cam.
No, not that. This.
Cameron is showing me a text message from Safety Commissioner Thirdmore. Oh.
Yeah.
Subscribers, it has now been brought to our attention that the Twitter DM that we received earlier, which appeared to be sent from the official Silver Oak Safety Patrol Twitter, was actually sent by Coach Holsley after she commandeered the laptop of one Safety Patrol officer.
Who shall remain nameless.
The officer has been logged into the SOSP Twitter for legitimate reasons, and Coach Holsley took the opportunity to use said Twitter to DM us. This information coming to you from our source in the field.
Vice Principal Bain has been alerted to Coach Holsley's activity, and we here at SOCR have the utmost confidence that she will be dealt with in a manner befitting such reprehensible behavior by a faculty member.
It's the first day, people. Can we please try to avoid ridiculous controversies?
Admittedly, I could have texted the commissioner to make sure she was the one who tweeted us, or if she had another officer tweet us. What I'm saying is that these reporters will do their due diligence next time before giving anyone the opportunity to sully the good name of Safety Commissioner Thirdmore.
That means quit subtweeting her, guys. It's not okay.
It wasn't okay before we unmasked Holsley. The commissioner is a nice person.
And she's a senior. She has stuff to do. She's tired. Leave her alone.
Are you projecting?
That's a universal feeling.
Did you poll the entire senior class in order to come to that conclusion?
I will pinch you.
We here at SOCR will strive to provide information that is accurate and well-sourced as possible in the future. We apologize for this fiasco.
It's unfortunate that our broadcast this week must end on such a sour note from our station, but it's necessary for us to admit and confront one's mistakes so one may learn from them.
With that, we sign off on this lovely, rainy Tuesday afternoon. Scrubbers, have yourselves a good week.